Well, today we're going to dive into some positivity as the 80-meter lids need to cool down a bit next on Live Free and Ham. All right, hello and welcome to the Live Free and Ham podcast. This is our weekly show where we discuss our ham radio topics in New Hampshire, New England, and beyond. And so we're thrilled to have you here. And as always, we thank our Patreon, listeners and those that are in the chat there. Bob tonight, and I think I saw Ted as well. Welcome, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us as always. We appreciate you guys. And hopefully you enjoyed tonight's episode. So we are going to get into our usuals. But before we do that, let's get into the show here. I'm your host, Eric, callsign N1JUR, and I'm with my co-hosts.
N1OG, Paul, the ground.
W1STJ, Todd.
Looking a little furry, getting it back.
I haven't shaved since Thursday.
I can only imagine what you look like, actual skin shave. Like Paul, it was like a clone of me, and it was like too weird. I was like, I can't have this. Go back to where you were. You defined yourself that way. Stay there. All right. Well, with that, before we always get into our topic, we got to catch you up on a few things. You can always help support our show by heading over to the storefront at livefreeandham.com/shop. And there are many other ways to connect with us. You can do it via our Discord link, and that is always in all of our descriptions below and scrolling across the bottom of the screen as always. Thank you, Vanna White, for the wonderful, scrolling marquees there. You can always send us feedback, and you can do that through a number of different ways. And we actually have one tonight that I'm super excited to hear about. You can send us feedback, let us know what you're doing, talk about, past episodes, whatever. You can use our voicemail number to do that at 978-233-1142. Or, as always, you can do it via email at livefreeandham@gmail.com, and we will make sure that we air it on our next episode. So, and with that, although we've been lacking and, it's just been an insane couple of weeks, especially at the end of summer here for all of us, we usually like to do a live stream, once a month. But at this point, you're just going to get a lot of live stream at the beginning of September, and, you're going to like it. It's just the way it goes. Not much more. So, with that, you can also help support our show because we all love our supporters as always, and with them, they make our show that much better and always keep us going. And you can do that by becoming a Patreon member. And all of our Patreon members love and receive unfettered access to our private streams, merch discounts, and early access to a lot of our podcast and recorded episodes before you, the general listener, get it. So if you want to be in the know, you want to know what's going on, you want to hear the backstories and all the back chatter and stuff like that Bob, like himself and others, get to experience firsthand in our chat, then, come be a Patreon member. And as we always like to say,
You can join for as little as $3 a month. It's not a big expense.
No, it's not. Bam. Simple as that, man. And that fee will never go up, because the tariffs are raising. That we're going to stay locked in that forever. So if you want to join at the bare minimum, feel free, and we're not going to raise the prices on you anytime soon. Okay. So with that, let's get into, one of our other episodes.
It's everyone's favorite segment.
No. What the heck? You got it reordered. It's not everyone's favorite segment because, well, it is sort of, but we'll get to that eventually. Let's go to the mailbag.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Hey everybody, we got some news.
Slow down, Boog. Let me handle this. We've got some news. I've got bad news and bad news.
I have reviewed ship's personnel, Captain.
Congratulations, you've got...
All right. We got mail, and we got a lot of it. I mean, it's coming in everywhere. So we thank you guys for stepping up. But my God, come on, it's feast or famine sometimes. I don't know about you, man. So with that, Todd, please answer their cries.
All right. So we got a review on the whiskey glasses. Aaron left us a review, and he gave us a 5 out of 5 stars. It says the glass arrived quickly and did not need any assembly. Well, that's good because we needed assembly. It means it probably broke. And its only downside is I'm drinking more, and for that alone, I'd give it 6 stars. So
excellent. we will happily honor that 6 stars for you anyway, and appreciate you picking up a whiskey glass.
Yeah.
and
So
on
now,
a sidebar note, go ahead.
Yeah. So now we're contributing to excessive drinking
Alcoholism.
here at Live Free and Ham.
It's in our mission statement, my friend.
Yeah. All right. And then we've got another message from Bob, our fearless Patreon listener. He said, "Hey guys, I just got finished listening to the 817 podcast. Todd, congrats on getting 3 out of 3 on your extra quiz. And no, don't change anything about your podcast participation. I enjoy your rants and I believe it or not. I actually agree with you more often than not." Oh, I like that, Bob. This is good. I almost didn't recognize Paul now that he's clean shaven. I'm wondering how Watson reacted with Paul after with no beard. See you all in a few weeks, Bob. Well, Bob, I am definitely looking forward to hanging out with you in a few weeks. And thanks for that little message there. And I think Watson's seen you clean shaven before, right? I've seen you a few times clean shaven.
Well, I mean, not clean, but yeah. I mean, Watson's with me, and I think he judges by smell rather than look.
Yeah. Thank God. Because if my dog saw me every day and he had gauged on how I looked, I'd probably believe he'd divorce me as an owner.
All right. So that's that. And then I did hear that we have a voicemail from our dear friend Carlos. And he had some things to say about me and my rant.
Here we go.
So if this is what I have to do to get mail, I mean, I'll just keep it going.
You did say that a long time ago, and we need a chief summarizer in chief, because I do remember you calling, bring it on. I don't bring the hate mail. So let's play it.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Please call us back at 877-EAT-SHIT. That's 877-EAT-SHIT. Hey guys, Carlos, K9OL. I'm driving to Huntsville, and I'm listening and catching up to the podcast, and I can't help but feel that someone needs to schedule Todd for a colonoscopy and a full proper rectal exam. He's starting to sound like he's 95, and, at that age, we know that the brain is not quite, as sharp as it used to be, and I'm afraid he's missing out on some certain required doctor's visits. So, let's start with the most painful one. Let's get him a little tickle from the doc, and make sure you book it with a doc with really, really big hands, okay?
I thought it was 3 fingers. All right.
Well, thanks for that, Carlos. Appreciate it.
The 3-finger salute.
Yeah. So that's basically the mail for right now. I think we had some win links.
Yeah.
Did we, Paul?
Well,
we should have.
We have a whole bunch of win links.
Wow. Really?
Well, I know we probably pissed off a few people. I threw down the gauntlet to Mike and to MAK to say that, we missed his win link Wednesday. So I don't know if those are in that mix there or.
Hey, I missed your live stream this morning, Eric. You apologized on, what were you apologizing for? Did you go off like I did?
Well, we'll talk about it in a bit.
All I knew was if I offended anyone, I'm like, oh boy, what I missed.
We'll talk about that when we get into our our week there. But yeah, remind me if I don't. Go ahead, Paul.
All right, so we got a couple win links that are just updates and mail, and then we've got one that's one or two that's do good. So, okay. All right, so just the mail, right? KD9 YSW Chris, he writes the week of August 10th. Well, this week was the week of the boat races here in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Rain happened over the weekend, and the races were canceled. But the Aries/Races were activated in Milwaukee and Waukesha counties because of flash floods. Our local Aries Races is not as well structured like it was when I was in Newham. But ham radio wise, I've just been working on a radio program for all 2 meter, 70 centimeters to program into radios via chirp. I am back learning how to make kitchen sinks look pretty, and well, the humidity and heat is not helping much here, but I'm drinking water and electrolytes daily. Maybe this coming weekend, I will sit back and enjoy something else. Ham on, guys, and keep up with the podcast. Todd, do not feel bad. I'm having issues with my extra studies also. 7-3, Chris Radio and Life. Chris, 89 YSW.
Thanks, Chris. I'm not alone. It's good.
We're always there with you, man.
Now, all right. So the week of the 10th, then flowed to the week of the 11th.
Exactly.
And so the next,
thanks to me.
The next email is titled Week of the 11th. Happy WinLink Wednesday. Well, I'm back to making cast iron sinks colorful. I'm improving, but still making mistakes. Have to keep training. No kids this weekend, and since I will not be at Huntsville, I will go do a POTA.
Sweet.
Might even do a couple. Other than that, ham radio has just been my WinLink emails and 2 meters, 70 centimeters. I really need to do another video soon. I've just been so busy with the whole adult thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely we understand the adult thing there, Chris.
Yeah.
So he writes 7-3 K9 YSW Chris Radio.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, we're gonna hold over those doing goods for the doing good segment, right? Yep.
Yeah. Hold on. We got one more.
Yep.
All right.
Ooh,
so this one is also from Chris K89 YSW. Subject
for the week after
of August 20th.
Yes, I know. It's my fault. Move on.
All right. Well, all still working and learning on the new job. Not getting a suntan from the furnace, just sweating a lot, even with the heat and humidity now being a little bit lower than last week. In the ham radio world, I will be trying to send a WinLink next week via VHF. I found a gateway close, and now I just need to make sure it works for me and the 733 Alpha. Other than that, POTA has taken a back burner because of work hours, but we will see what happens. The county fair here is coming up, and I'll be going to that, and maybe doing a POTA that's not far from there. I hope everyone is well, and I will catch you all soon on the air. 7-3 89 YSW, Chris Radio.
Nice. Wow. Well, it seems like a
lot of mail.
Our magic formula is we just delay, and then show up the last minute. We get a ton of stuff. So maybe it's that's what we have to do from going forward. Like I really have time in my schedule to keep pushing stuff off. Cool, man. Well, that is awesome. Thank you guys for sending all that stuff in. And as always, like we always say, you can send us a voicemail, you can send us an email, and all of those numbers and links are in our description below. So please send it our way. Let us know what's going on. Or if you want to be one of the WinLink elite, send it to N1OG and only N1OG, please, because it's just going to go into mailbox hell if you send it to Todd or I. So, yeah, send it to those guys. Send it to him, I should say. Ignore us, those guys. And, we're looking forward to reading it in our next episode. All right. Now, I can maybe, guide ourselves to hit the next right button here, although all the orders all screwed up. So we're going to try this again.
Doing good. Good. Doing good.
You do. That's good.
Do good? Do good?
You're doing good.
Absolutely, I do. Good.
Do it good, Bob. Do it real good.
Right now, my only outlet is my ham radio.
Doing good.
No, we're not going to repeat this. Anyway, all right. Now I know why. I technical difficulties. Yes, right. Well, that, and I made all of these changes early in the day, and then I went away to the fox hunt. And when I did that, I forgot, and my browser timed out, and so all my changes went down the crapper. So, yeah, this is awesome. Good. Hey, so much for pre-planning and getting ahead of the curve. Just stick me back underwater. All right. Well, so this is the doing good segment, which I am like we haven't done one of these in like eons, I feel like. And so, maybe you haven't been around and you haven't heard of Do Good. So, we all try to aspire to do good in ham radio. At least I know us. We do. I mean, heck, we're doing the 24-hour POTA camp out and we're doing fundraisers. We're doing some cool stuff. Maybe if you're with your club, you might want to do assist during a disaster, maybe do some communications for a road race like Chris did. Or, maybe you're one of the lucky few that like to do POTA and you want to do a meetup in your club. We want to know about those activities and we want to share them with others to be able to maybe inspire folks to be able to get out and start doing some things like that. I heard that can. All right. So I raise my fist and I say, bring on the good deeds, my friend. And so we want you to share your story with us. And we actually got a couple of stories today, two obviously via WinLink. And I got one from an email sent by our illustrious Tim. So, it doesn't have to be anything related to your club. It can be just you going out and doing something and showing and representing as an ambassador of ham radio. We want to hear about it. We want to share with others so we can inspire all of us here and get psyched to get out and do the things we do to love in ham radio. So with this one, I've got mine. I don't know if we got a duplicate because Tim may have sent something via WinLink. Did Tim send you something WinLink or no? Okay, cool. Totally separate. So Tim sent me his WinLink for this week, and his new call sign. If you remember, Tim is an old friend of the show. He's been with us very on. He came on very early on, and his call sign used to be KC1QDK, but his new call sign that I refer to him as is White Man One Horse.
Don't ever do that again.
And with that, Tim, he writes in, I'm putting together a kit so folks in my club can set up a learn your name in Morse code, which is going to become super handy with our 4-H fair in many of his station and at his community outreach events. So doing this with young folks is a lot of fun and a great way to induce younger people to the hobby. Totally agree with Tim. I mean, in essence, you've been doing our Morse code station for pretty much every event I think we've done public facing, and it's been a freaking big hit. There have been kids walking around with their my name is, and they've got Morse code dits and das, and you're like, most people are like, what's wrong with him? Why does he have lines and dashes and dots in his name? And, he can say he now knows his name or she knows his name in Morse code, and they have a blast. And so we're going to continue to pick that up with the 4-H event this, coming in September. So looking forward to do that with a whole bunch of other cool stuff. And so, yeah, that's one way you can do it. So if you're a great Morse code person, do something similar to that. Come up with a great idea to be able to just kind of share ham radio in some form or fashion. So, yeah, that is an awesome way. And thank you again for sharing that, Tim, as always. And so we got a couple others. So what do you got there in your WinLink bucket there?
All right. So this one comes from Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Lima Kilo. And the subject is possible doing good. I'd like to correct that and say that 100% this is a doing good. So he writes, guys, since Eric wants more POTA content for the doing good segment, I thought I'd put this out there. For the fall Support Your Parks weekend, October 18th and 19th, we, Whiskey X-Ray 4 Bravo Charlie Alpha, are hosting a POTA event at Indian Springs State Park here in Georgia.
Awesome.
We have the pavilion already reserved, a large field beside it for setting up antennas, and hopefully some good food. We plan on signing the event, posting to the Book of Faces, yes, the Book of Faces, and getting the info out in any way we can. We would love to have more people from out of the area show up, and we plan on representing the hobby in as many ways as possible.
Awesome.
We have members of a few different clubs showing up already, but more can't hurt. Thanks, and 73 KQ4 ALK Derek.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Keep it up, Derek. Want to hear more.
All right. And the second one also comes from a first-time WinLinker to us. His call sign is Whiskey 2 Juliet Sierra Papa. And he just puts LFH in the subject line, but he writes, hey, gents, I hope this finds you well. Brand spanking new to WinLink, so I hope this goes to the right place and it works.
It did.
And, well, I'm reading it, so it worked, and you got it to the right person. He continues, I love the podcast, probably my new go-to. It's usually no agenda, but you all really resonate. Todd, thanks for your quizzes. It was just the push I needed to go and pass my extra class. Cheers all, and keep up the fabulous work. Whiskey to Juliet Sierra Papa. His name is Patrick, and he's from Missouri. And so congrats on your extra, and thanks so much for the win link, man.
Nice.
Very cool. That's awesome. So give me his call sign again. We'll make sure we mention him in the next segment. So it's Whiskey to...
Hey,
Whiskey to Juliet Sierra Papa.
Patrick, send a message of where in Missouri you're from, because I'm going to be going out there for work probably either next month or the month after. So maybe we could...
According to his QRZ, he lives in Lee's Summit, Missouri.
That's where my uncle's from. No shit. My cousins.
Go.
You could be related.
Yeah. What's his name?
Patrick Drilling. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but Dreiling the second.
Wow, that's pretty funny. Like that. Literally, that's where my cousins grew up and live. Or I don't know if they still. I don't know if they still live in Lee's Summit. But yeah, I've been there. Cool.
Nice. All right. Well, dude, that is what doing good's all about, and the fact that you guys are help contributing and sharing your stories just makes my heart warm and gets us excited, because this is really why we love ham radio and why we get involved. So when we get to hear these stories, you guys get to hear these stories, and it just makes everybody much happier. And we don't have to create like side theme bumpers that talk about 80-meter rants and stuff like that. So we'll all be glad when we have a happier day. So all right, with that, I know Grouch just stepped away. I don't know if he's getting in costume or something. We're gonna roll into our usual here.
I had to put the fan on.
There we go.
It's everyone's favorite segment.
And now a little something extra with Todd. W1STJ.
Still a general.
All right. Well, this is our little thing called Something Extra with Todd. You've heard it here. This is where we help Todd study for his extra test. But in essence, we're helping you study for your extra test and helping you pass. That's how much Todd is a giver. So we are super excited to see, that just continuing moving forward. But like I said, we test each episode, 3 questions, and we pull those from the extra class pool. And I have to say, Todd, you've been on a run so far. I mean, I think it's been 2 episodes so far. You've been at least 2 for 3 or dead on 100%. So keep plugging away, man. I think, the algorithm's going to be in your favor. So if you may be, working on this, you can follow along. You can head over to hamstudy.org, which is the preferred, ham study tool. Nothing else, comes even close or can't even put a flame to a candle, and it's a great resource to help you prepare for your test. And it's recommended by all of the VE examiners, including these 2 guys here. So I'm going to, without any further delay, hand it over to our VE Quizmaster. Take it away, Paul.
All right, Todd, here we go. Question number 1 comes from sub-element number 7. And the question is, how many flip-flops are required to divide a signal frequency by 16? Is it A, 4, B, 8, C, 6, or D, 16?
I know this one.
Yeah, because I know we had it before. I think it's D. You're nodding.
B. B. Tis B.
All right.
I think I said B last time, and it was
Did
wrong.
You? Okay.
I think it's D.
All right.
Okay. Todd says D.
Ugh.
D is incorrect. Eric said B.
It's 4. That's
also incorrect.
It's
Correct
4.
answer is A, 4.
Wah, 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 wah.
So if you insert a flip-flop into a circuit, it will divide the input signal by 2. Therefore, to divide a frequency by 16, you simply need 4 flip-flops in series. And then there's your formula.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'll save everybody the aggravation. I just won't read the formula.
Just
please
if you want to consult
watch the video.
Or go to hamstudy.org, pull up that question and read it yourself. All right. Well, the Schottky diode, damn it.
Question number 2 has a figure, which is Todd's favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, in figure E6-2, which is the schematic symbol for a Schottky diode? Is it A, number 1, B, number 6, C, number 2, or D, number 3?
So it's 1, 2. What are the other 2 choices?
6 and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 6.
I don't know what the hell 6 is doing.
I haven't even seen that.
That's like a Led Zeppelin symbol for their latest album.
Move it up a little bit so I can see the
1, 2, and 3s.
Yeah.
I know. What are you going for, Todd?
Well, I'm thinking diode would be 2 because there's 2 triangles there. It's either 2 or 3, but I'm going to go with 2. So C.
I'm going with A.
All right.
Which is A.
Which is 1.
A is number 1.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You just wait till the end of the music.
I'm just waiting.
You just build attention, my friend. What are you trying to raise the stats around here or something?
All right. So, Todd, what was your final answer again?
2.
Hey.
He's baiting you.
2 is incorrect.
Yeah.
And Eric, what'd you say? You said 1?
1, yeah.
Okay. That is also incorrect.
It's 3.
Okay. I spoke too soon. It's 3.
It is not 3. It is 6.
6?
6? The one that we thought the Zeppelin one. Oh my gosh. I hate electronic symbols sometimes. What the heck is wrong with them?
All right.
Never going to use this ever in my whole life.
Never going to get it. Never going to get it.
So let me explain, right? So the correct answer is 6. The symbols, number 1, is a varicap, a voltage-controlled capacitor.
Sure.
Number 2 is unknown. It could be a distractor based on the symbol for a transient voltage suppression diode.
Distractor.
Number 3 is a Xenier diode. Number 4 is just a regular diode. Number 5 is a light-emitting diode. Number 6 is the Schottky. Number 7 is silicone-controlled rectifier. And number 8 is a triac.
Yeah.
You're never going to use this. Never.
Well,
ever.
Your hint okay. is the line in front of the Schottky diode looks like a backwards S. Additionally, the last part of the name Schottky is similar to key, and the line in front of the Schottky diode also kind of resembles a key.
What key are they using?
Old keys, like the old
like a skeleton
key.
Oh, I guess. Okay.
All right.
I'll go with it.
Oh, Jesus
another diagram.
Come on.
It's going to keep giving you these until you start getting them right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Question number 3, the final question of the evening. in figure E6-1, which is the schematic symbol for an N-channel dual gate MOSFET? Is it A, number 6, B, number 4, C, number 5, or D, number 2?
What is 6? What are the numbers again? 6, 4. Okay. You know this one, Todd.
I think it's 5. C. Don't give me any hints.
It's 4 for me, my friend. And I'll give you your remembering,
It's the triangle's going, which it's one of those two. Fucking triangle going the wrong way.
It's always in. All right, I think we got it.
All right. So Todd says C, which is number 5. Yes?
Yeah.
And that is incorrect.
Remember the triangle's in. It's 4.
Yeah.
It is number 4, which is B. And so, all right. So number 1 is your PJFET. Number 2 is an N-channel MOSFET. Number 3 is a P-channel MOSFET. Number 4 is the one you were looking for, the dual gate N-channel MOSFET. Number 5 is the dual gate P-channel MOSFET. And 6 is an NJFET.
Where is Boba Fett?
In Mandalore.
I know, right? All right. Well, that was a rough one. I have to say, we bombed that one hard, didn't we? I spoke too soon, my friend, and I apologize up front for basically sabotaging our
Like
somewhat good streak.
I will never use any of those diagrams for the rest of my life, ever. Never, ever, ever.
But that's not to say that it's completely irrelevant for everyone taking the test, because there are people like myself who are dummies. But if I can look at a wiring diagram, right, and I can look at the schematic, I can figure it out, right? So even though I'm a freaking retard and a half, like if you give me a wiring diagram, I can figure it out.
Guys, he's not even a full retard. Come on.
Never go full retard.
Yeah, exactly.
What section was those in? 7? You said
6 and 7, yes. Sub-element 6 and 7.
Whew. Yeah, that's a tough one. You struggle on those a little bit. All right. Well, hey, I'm with you, buddy. Like, I bombed those big time. And I probably muddled through them just as much as I did. I probably failed them on my own, extra exam. So I understand. So with that, if you're on the journey of studying for your technician general or extra class license, then hamstudy.org is an awesome resource. It's definitely helping Todd. I mean, there are weeks that it pounds home. It says, you're going to learn the damn schematics, kid, if you have to pay to the piper. But, at the same time, he's blown through a bunch of them and scored, 100% every time. So, maybe you've received your license, or maybe you just got upgraded, and we want to let you know, we want you to let us know. And we want to recognize you on the next episode for all that hard work. Just like Whiskey 2 Juliet Sierra Papa, he learned and was able to get his own extra through us. So we appreciate hearing all that. That's always great news, and definitely a positive for sure. And, if you get your extra or you get your license the first time, email us at livefreeandham@gmail.com, and we're going to mention it on the next show because we want to celebrate with you.
Positive news. The next 3 days of work, they're sending me to a training on how to de-escalate kids with someone who has a high school diploma and someone that has 3 years working with kids. And I have to listen to them for 3 days because they took a course for a week. So I've been doing this for 30 years. I think I know how to de-escalate kids. So I will be spending my 3 days studying for my extra on my phone.
Good use of the time,
Section 6 and 7.
Well, before we dive in our ham radio week, Looks like Bob had a question. I don't know if you caught that in the chat. He's asking where in Missouri you're going to be, Todd.
I think the place is somewhere down by the Ozarks, so it's a little it's farther away. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to see my cousins because I'm only there for like they've been doing it in a day, so I'm only there for a day or two, you know.
Well, I think it was more personal, like is if he was near you, you guys could go do a POTA or something, but yeah.
Yeah, but St. Louis is like east, and I'm going to be like south west, I think, at the other end of the state.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll find out when I get there, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And you know, we'll find out soon enough. Obviously, Bob, hopefully you've been, hammering away at your technician license there, and you'll be ready to test with us at Live Free and Ham's 24-hour POTA. And, you know, we'll be able to celebrate and rejoice with you. I don't think we can pull any fast strings to be able to get your call sign issued like that day, but, you know, hey, the miracles have been known. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to pause and say, hey, what's been your ham radio week like? And I know Paul has been crazy besides driving like lunatic between, you know, a very far land that we all wish we were at to, good old New Hampshire. How's your ham radio week, Mr. OG?
Well, all right. I got to go back a little bit further than a week.
Time machine.
Because I've got some big news. Not only did I do Parachute Mobile,
woohoo!
I did Parachute Mobile twice. I learned
twice.
I learned a lot of mistakes the first round. The Baofeng is not the radio for Parachute Mobile.
Now, why though? I'm curious. Besides the fact that we all know why. But
Shit, Sherlock.
So what ended up happening with the Baofeng was very poor receive quality, very poor transmit quality, and for whatever reason, nobody could really hear me until I was almost at 3,000 feet.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
And so it was really bad. So the next day, Saturday, I jumped with the Yaesu FT3D, just because that's the one nice HT that I have. The configuration with the headset was a little bit different. It was certainly not as comfortable as the connection that I had for the Baofeng, but I made it work. The microphone ended up being the wrong way, facing my mouth. So, no. Listen, right. So I got some really great videos from KR5 SIX, Miss Renee, and K5YVY, Mr. Joe Brett. They were both kind enough to send me some video clips that they had taken. And Joe Brett's videos, especially, like I could really kind of hear how I sounded on the other end. And it was just kind of muffled, like the microphone was right up against my face because it was. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the microphone was literally touching my lips in the helmet, but it was facing the wrong way, so it wasn't as clear as it could have been. But wow, what a freaking cool thing! So what Carlos and I did was we basically treated it like a dual op. POTA activation from the sky. And so we got set up, we called each other on a 70 centimeter simplex frequency, make sure that like we were communicating with each other. Then we switched over to the frequency that we had agreed to use. And I called CQ Parachute Mobile. And then once I got the person, I would say, stand by for second operator. And Carlos would pick it up.
Carlos, pick up the phone.
And then when Carlos is done, he would call QRZ. He would make the next contact and go stand by for second operator. And then I would pick it up.
And he'd throw the microphone halfway across.
Well, so what ended up being really cool about it was I downsized my canopy. So I was flying a 190 and Carlos was flying a 170. and our wing loading was relatively similar. It was much closer than it had been previously. But I hung out like above him, you know, and so like I would finish the QSO and I'd give my altitude, and then he'd pick it up, and his altitude was like, you know, a good 1,000 feet or so lower than me, and he's like, "All's above me, but it's okay." So that was super cool. Parachute to parachute, right? So it was a first for him. It was a first for me. It was so awesome. I can't
The
wait.
real question is did you give him a good signal report? Like, did you actually give him like a 5.9 finally?
Well, yeah, because he was perfectly 5'9".
Only Carlos did you give a 5.9. I understand, man. I see the connection.
Yeah, listen, at Parachute Mobile, everybody was getting a 5'9" because we were just trying to hammer through. But so, all right, so that was last weekend, right? I got to do that. And then Monday morning, I was on my way headed back home. And so I put APRS on in the truck so that those who wanted to track me could track me. And I called out on 5.2 a whole bunch of times on the trip. And I wasn't able to make a QSO with anybody until I got to New York. And as I'm crossing the Delaware River, I get this guy and he goes, "Oh yeah, you literally just drove by my house."
Okay.
So he knew exactly where I was on the highway, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, yep, just cross the Delaware, and now I'm in New York."
New Jersey. Delaware is in New.
No, the Delaware River crosses in between New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania.
It also
I was
crosses
going
between New Jersey and Delaware.
That's not where I was, though.
Oh, okay.
Different spot, but yes.
Okay, so I was going from Pennsylvania to New York, and
Got
so
it. You're a little
I
inland.
crossed the river. But yeah, so the guy told me, he's like, his name is Michael, Kilo 2 Charlie Delta, I believe is his call sign. But yeah, super nice guy, and he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna lose me as you come up over the hill there," but it was good. We had a short little conversation. So all in all, like my trip to Huntsville, I had one QSO. My trip home, I had one QSO. But it's still ham radio. It still counts. And now I'm home, and I was playing with the last few days, banging my head against the wall, watching Freddie Mac videos over and over and over again.
All-Star?
All-Star. Yes.
Woo! Sweet.
So I'm trying to take my formerly WPSD Pi-Star node and switch it over to All-Star. And I had to send Freddie Mac some messages today because I was like, dude, I set it up. It all seems like it's working, but never once in your videos do you explain how you're connecting the radio to the Pi. And so I was like, dude, I've got the MMDVM board on the Pi. Like, I don't understand. Like, and he goes, "Oh, well, you can't use an MMDVM board because
you have to share
it has
a node."
to be." Yeah. So he sent me a link to the thing that I need to buy. It's $100, but yeah, I'll get that, and then I'll get the All-Star node going.
Oh, dude,
But yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Lots of ham radio this week, but that was my ham radio week.
Oh, nice, dude. I have to say, I already had a note here. Obviously, talk about All-Star, but it sounds like you're working towards that because I know you said you were cracking on it down in Huntsville, and so I was like, oh, maybe he'll be on because I don't have to tell you, like, I was surprised as to how much freaking activity was on Jason's, cloud node. You know, I talked to K-Murder literally 4 times, like from the comfort of my desk on my HT, you know, while he was cruising through, you know, whatever state he was and chit-chatting with him. And I told him, you know, hey, you know, pay attention when you get there because you're getting there early. Grouch will be there. And he's like, okay. And he was like, I'll have to go check out and say hello to him. And so I was like, okay. So we just, you know, kind of just have him back and forth, and Jason would jump in. And I have to say, most of the guys that are on the HR20's node, pretty friendly. I mean, they're guys I like to listen to. So yeah, definitely glad to see you're moving towards All-Star. I love that mode.
Well, I guess the big bonus to All-Star is it's FM analog. And so it doesn't matter what radio you use to communicate into the node because, you know, it's not using a digital mode.
Yep. Yeah, I got my node set up in the truck, and literally I just, you know, the only problem is I haven't ordered the Epic power gate that I need to be able to manage the battery and whatnot. So I keep forgetting the batteries in back, and then it just drains, you know, because I've got a hotspot and you know, everything all on it, and it drains. I was like, oh crap, I got to recharge the battery. So all that being said, you know, I'm really like loving All-Star. It's been, you know, it's like for those long runs, like where nothing happens on a repeater. Like here's an example. Like today, I was literally at like the Bedford High School, and I called 4 times in a span of 45 minutes on our club repeater. Nobody came back, and I'm just like, that's boring. That's annoying. And like, I'm like, you guys know I'm here doing a Fox hunt. Like at least you could like entertain me and keep me busy or say hello. And you know, it didn't happen. So, but I know if I fired up All-Star, which I didn't have because I didn't have my truck, I could have, you know, easily jumped on, you know, some node and had some conversation with somebody. So it's always better for me, but
maybe they're just avoiding you.
Maybe.
Dude, I called out on the N1QC repeater on Wednesday, and I figured for sure like somebody would be there and be like, "Oh my God, Paul, I haven't heard you in forever." No, cricket.
No, yeah, it's very crazy. Like everybody who's like been super busy is literally just not been on the repeater, and if those that are on the repeater are on the Ford Mountain repeater, so. You know, but I tried to get into a conversation between Joe and Paul, ASS Paul, and, you know, I couldn't get in edgewise to even jump in because they were just kind of, you know, they didn't leave a gap at all. And I'm like, why aren't you following the N1OG etiquette? Let's go. Come on. Give me a gap here so I can at least say hello. But yeah, all good. All right. Well, cool, man, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, looking forward to seeing more Parachute Mobile for sure. And yeah. With that, I'm actually waiting. Is Carlos going to be putting his video on that? I know he saw the one with Jim. That was pretty cool. Todd, you see the Jim jump?
No.
Go watch Carlos's channel. He posted his tandem with Jim.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, WT1W.
I don't know, like he obviously lost a lot of weight, but the clothing he had on, I'm like, dude, that's too baggy. I don't know, like I would have worn that just because the fear it would have like flown off my body or something because it was like he looked really like it was really baggy, but
yeah, so baggy clothes don't really matter, but the thing that got me, and I chuckle, I watched that video a few times when the canopy opens, right, and you look at Jim's face. And he goes,
I know, it's like eye bug outs, everything. Like he's just like, and like like it's like like his face is just like everything's like pulled back, like, you know, it's insane.
But yeah, so I don't know when Carlos is going to put his out. I honestly, I haven't even gotten started on my video yet, but it'll be coming soon. Very cool.
Very cool. All right. Well, with that, over to you, Todd. How is your hammering week, sir? What's been going on?
Nothing much. I was really bummed because I wanted to get out and do a POTA this week, but work got in the way, unfortunately.
Damn, that work.
But I did meet a new ham. So on Saturday, I did this thing with my wife that she's really into. It's called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and they build beds for kids that need beds, and a bunch of guys that run it are all aeronautical engineers, and they've got this thing down to a science. And then from about 9 to 11, we cranked out 20 beds.
That's fast.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like, so everyone gets a station, and you prep them so everyone has something to start with. So at the end, you make pieces for the next
final assembly. Yeah, right.
Assembly line.
Yeah, so there's always, so you make like 20, 1 or 2 beds because there's extra pieces that other people will start. Like they start sanding, the piece is already done. So anyway, I was at the start. I had to cut all these different boards at different lanes, but they have it all on jigs. So it's like, oh, two
Can't
white
screw it
board,
up,
you need
right?
this and that.
You can't add an inch. You can't subtract an inch.
It's like it's and the only thing I had a problem is I had a kid that like had the attention span of a gnat, and I said, dude, you got to get these quicker. I'm cutting them too fast, and they're piling up on me. And then they take all the scrap wood, which is really cool, and then they burn it in one of those what are those fire pit things I have? Eric? Solar stove. And they have a brand, and they brand the wood on the headboard.
Cool.
The SHP. It's like their little brand. And this was a Eagle Scout project, so he was basically running it. And
nice.
Yeah, so I've helped my wife prep the bed. So what happens is they go into this barn, all the pieces, and then there'll be a delivery, and there's guys that will just come and they'll bring their trailer or their pickup truck, and they'll pick up the wood and they deliver and they go to the house and put it together. And there's different kinds. There's like singles, bunks, 2 bunks, high, low. I don't know. There's all different kinds, and you just crank them out. And I've always gone to help her, prep the bed. So basically, they sit up there in the barn. We re-drill the holes, make sure it's sand, make sure that's all, everything works, the pegs fit in. And then when the guys get it, they can just easily get into the house, put it together. They get mattresses, bedding, the whole 9 yards. So it's a really cool program. So I'm in there, and of course, my wife is like, "Oh, I was talking to this guy, and he's a ham. He wants to meet you." So his name's Marty, N1MP, and we were talking a lot about ham radio and stuff. And I told him about the podcast. So Marty, if you're listening, shout out. Really enjoyed meeting him. He's part of, I think he said he was part of NARS. I don't know if he still is or not. I told him about our club.
You said N1NP?
M. Mary.
Oh, M. Okay. Yeah. So it's like the guy you just talked to is from Virginia.
Yeah.
N1 military police.
That's how I told him, I said, I think I've worked you before, because I know that that call sign sounds familiar, and that's what I thought of, military police. But his name is Martin Peshka, I think, or Peshla. Anyway, Peshka, right? Yeah. Yep. So he's so he was really cool. He was he doesn't do much POTA. I told him we were going to do the 24-hour POTA, and he should stop by, but he's going to be away. He did go up to Canada, and he was making contacts and stuff, doing like Nova Scotia and that whole thing. So it was really cool to get to, meet another guy out there who was doing the same thing I was doing, but, talk ham radio. And then it was funny because we get to the barn afterwards, and you have to drop all the stuff off. So they're backing up the thing, and the guy's like yelling at the other guy, and the other guy's on there. I'm like, oh, this would be a perfect time for ham radio. They're screaming out the So, but it was funny. I mean, so it was kind of cool, but, spreading the word. He said that a lot of clubs that he was in, he said that like NARS was, it was like he went to the meetings and stuff, and then they were going to do things, and it never. And I said, well, our club we try to do ham radio stuff, and that's why I told him we had the 24-hour POTA. We do the Support Your Parks club things. We do field day. I said, and we're doing a fox run hunt on Sunday. So he was like, I'm like, yeah, you should join. But I think he said he lives in Nashua? I forget where he said he lived. Anyway.
Nashua.
Yeah, Nashua. So it was good. It was good to meet him, and I'm sure I'm going to see him again. And, maybe we'll get out. I can do a POTA with him, show him what POTA's all about. But,
all about, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it was, that was good. So that was basically my ham radio week. I was supposed to go fishing today. Coast Guard canceled that.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah, Salisbury Zach was getting nervous because Salisbury, some asshole went out, flipped his boat, and one guy is missing, and the other guy, and then another guy in Maine decided to go out on his fucking sailboat and dumped that thing into the rocks and got it to get rescued. So I guess the Coast Guard canceled it all weekend, so no boats going out.
The boats were a big thing, and they had double red flags on the coast, and nobody was like even allowed to we were driving up on just Saturday to Maine, and Becky's just getting like text messages like that, they've rescued 4 people now at Hampton. Oh, they've rescued 6 people now at Hampton because they don't read the stupid signs.
And the rip tides were strong, they were just
horrible,
pulling you out. So so we didn't get to go. And then, so what I did today is the reason I wasn't on your live stream is I was like, I'm going to go flying. So I get flying today and get up in the air. And I haven't flown since the winter, so it's been a long time. So I get up there, and of course, it's like I get to the field, and it's fucking hurricane going on out there. And I brought a plane that is super light, and so shut up. So I went out.
Done a story time in a while.
So I went out there, and the plane decided the wind fucking blew my plane into Litchfield. And
what?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get it back?
Well, yeah. So I'm flying, and my distance sight is going. So now all I see is this, like, black dot. And I can't tell which way. So I'm flying it back, and I'm flying it. I thought I was right side up. I was actually flying it upside down. And fortunately, this plane has it's a 3D plane, so it's got a lot of movement. Like, I can flip it, like, on itself real quick. And then the wind was blowing, and it didn't have enough power to like break through the wind. And I was like, what the I'm like, my buddy Yaz. I'm like, Yaz. He goes, what? He goes, what? You need a buddy box? I said, I can't see it anymore. I said, what direction am I going? So he verbally guided me back to the field, and I was able to bring it back.
The good deed to the old elderly. Got it.
Yeah, dude, I was like, because that plane I never fly, but the wind just blew. I mean, it went fast, and it was like over the Merrimack River. It was like into Litchfield, and it was small, and it was getting small. So got to do some flying, and then I spent the afternoon trying to get a motorcycle tire off Zach's bike, and that is I don't know if you guys ever done that, but that is a fucking nightmare.
Well, it helps if you got the right tools.
Well, I went to Harbor Freight and I got some tools to do it, and fuck it, I'm not doing it again. It's going to the shop. Because I got the thing in, I got it all off, put the new tube in, and then I think when I was putting it in, I must have cut the tube because when I pumped it up, I could feel the air coming through it.
Oh, God, that's worse.
So I'm like, fuck. So fortunately, I got two tubes, and his tire was bald. It was like a knobby tire, and he's got it down to like a slick. I said, screw it. We'll just get you another tire. So like Amazon was like $50. And I said, we get this, you can bring it to the motorcycle shop, and they'll do it.
Yeah.
But what a fucking, I was like, oh my God. I mean, literally probably 3.5 hours working on that thing, and it didn't even work. So that was my day today. Oh, and then I watched the Little League World Series, and I watched the U.S. get their asses kicked by China.
They did.
7-0. Dude, the kid was pitching 75, 76 miles an hour. It's like 100 what did they say, 109?
He pitched 82.
Yeah, he pitched one pitch, 82. It's 109 miles an hour.
On a regular 60 diamond, yeah.
Without it would be like in a MLB.
Yeah, but so, you got to remember though, like
Paul frozen like that.
No,
yeah, he is. He screenshot that. That's a good one.
Man, all right, get it. Where's my tool? All right, go on. Get it. Where'd the tool go? There it is. Okay.
He's definitely frozen.
Yeah, he's hard frozen. Wow.
Anyway,
Grouch, you're still there. Grouch, 5'9", right? 5'9".
Anyway, so that was
you are frozen.
So that was my ham radio / weekend. So did a little bit of community service and helped a kid on his Eagle Scout project. Nice kid.
Nice job.
And met a ham and talked ham radio, and that was it. So Eric, what was
sweet?
What was your?
You're my boy, Blue. Wow. Let's see. Trying to remember what the heck happened. I mean, the problem with these past 3 weeks is everything's been a shitstorm. Because we've had so many. Yeah. So yeah, I did a video over at sort of my new favorite park that I'm kind of hanging out in over in Dunstable. It's a new wildlife management park, really easy to get access to off of, you know where Flint's Corner is, Paul, right? Well, you don't like going to Mass, so don't even bother. It's a great park, really cool. And so I was there filming a video on doing a comparison against the 49-1 and the 56-1 end-fed, and Tortoise was calling me, and he was just like, dude, I'm up here in Sugarloaf, I think it was, for work, and he's like, I was going to do a POTA, but then I realized I forgot my tuner, and I'm like, okay, dude, you forgot your tuner. What big deal? He's like, I'm like, what do you have for an antenna? He's like, oh, I got a 56-1. I'm like, well, that should be perfectly fine. It's a resident antenna. It should be. He's like, okay, no problem. And he's like, but I already left the site anyway. I'm heading down your way. You doing a POTA right now? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing one right now. I'll be here for a little while because I'm filming. And he's like, well, all right, the timer says I should be at your location in 90 minutes or whatever. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'll be here. I'll let you know if I leave. I don't think I will. So he shows up. And of course, we're hanging out and, talking, and he's filming, and, I'm doing my thing. And we had
what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly. That's exactly what we were doing. And so the funny part is he throws his bag down on the back of my tailgate, and he starts to go through his bag. And then he realizes, he's like, well, I have the antenna, but I don't have coax. I don't even have my battery. And I'm like, dude, you literally are going to the site. You were worried about your tuner, and you don't have the other two components to make a complete circle here. And he's like, well, yeah, apparently I don't. I'm like, well, okay. you're a hopeless mess there. But, so we went over and activated, and that was a tough activation because that was like kind of, I don't know what it wasn't a solar storm, but it was something else going on. Not Aurora. What the heck was it called? There's that hole that they've been talking about for a while that, has been giving us problems. So yeah, we were struggling to make 10 contacts. And of course, he put out his own video. Awesome job, Tortoise. Good job with putting your own video out. But, he challenged because we were chit-chatting about, talking about how Jules or Julie from POTA Power, always gets all the contacts because her voice is so high. And I'm like, she's female, dude. He's like, yeah, but he's like, I wonder if my voice is that high, would, people make contacts with? And I'm just like, I dare you, go ahead. And of course I didn't grab my camera in time enough, but he filmed his part in it. So, you know how I am with collecting, little clips of certain things. So, we've got our official, Mr. Bill here, which is liquid gold in and of its own. So I'm quite happy to, pick him up and add that to my collection. But it was always a blast to, hang out with him and just, make contacts.
Well,
and so
almost sounds like Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, that was the other one. I was saying.
You said you got to check this out. He goes, "That's his real voice." So I'm like, "That's his real voice." Like thinking, like that's how he talks. Like that was my first thing. I was like, "What's wrong with this guy?"
I know, right? Exactly. How does he just mask his deep voice when he talks on an ear?
So I'm thinking like that's his real voice, and he had to do some kind of a computer enhancement than when he normally talks. I'm like, what the hell?
So, funny. he was hanging out, and so it was fun. And then we had our usual Wednesday breakfast at the club at Preston. I actually got to meet two people, and actually curious to see if she reached out to you, Paul. Her name's Annie. She has no call sign yet, but she works for the VA Crisis Center. And wants to, she's studying for a ticket. And she's like, I really wish there was like this group of vets that could get together and talk about ham radio. I'm like, well, funny you mentioned that. I know a person who's perfectly in charge of, an area like that. I'm like, have you ever heard of Flag and Torch? She's like, no, I haven't. I'm like, I thought you guys were a close-knit group of people. Like, how does this stuff not get translated through? I said, well, go check out his channel first and foremost, because, you need to check out his Weekend Warrior stuff, because it's a lot of great, military kind of like focus about just having conversations, real life stories, and from a military perspective, because all those guys are either in active duty or they're a mix of both, and they get together. And I'm like, talk to Paul, reach out to him, but at the same time check out Flag and Torch. And she's like, oh my god, like her eyes just went and she was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, like I have this resource here. And so so hopefully she has reached out to you. If she's not, I'll send you her email, and she can connect up with you guys there. But
she hasn't reached out, but I assume if you told her to watch a Weekend Warriors episode, she was probably like, "Oh my god, I can't deal with these people."
No, she's pretty edgy, I think, at this point. So I don't. She's not straight laced like to that level. Like if I can handle you guys, she can handle them. I wouldn't throw anybody under the bus if I didn't expect them to know what they were getting into. So yeah, so we talked there, and then there's this mother and her two kids. And Todd, do you remember when we had that 2 years ago or 3 years? Paul, you probably remember too. 3 years ago, we had that field day where we had that black family of 11 people all following Wayne out in the field doing fox hunts. Well, we never heard back from them. And of course, I show up on Wednesday and Ralph's like, hey, you got to go over and talk to, and I can't remember her name. I'm always forgetting. She's like, she's studying for her, her technician, and her son, who's like 11, who's studying for hers, and their his younger sister, who's like 8, is studying, trying to understand the concepts. And so she was just like a super absorbent sponge, asking like 6 million questions about everything and anything about ham radio. And was like, all right, dude, let's try this. And, giving her suggestions and tips and all that other stuff. And so she kind of went off, but I invited her to come down to the 24-hour POTA. I said, come, if you want to play radio, you can come hang out with us. You do all that stuff, and just, invited her to a whole bunch of other things. So she was like totally like crazy. So like, I guess a couple of days later she calls, or I talked to Ralph, and Ralph is like, hey, remember that lady you talked to on Wednesday? And I'm like, well, she wants to come to my house because she lives in New Boston, which is literally down the street from him. And she just bought all these Quansheng radios, that she needs help programmed. And I'm like, well, Ralph, you're the right person to have them programmed because I'm not programming them. And I didn't steer her towards those radios, but at the same time, yeah, why not? The cheap, easy, get them involved and get them in their hands. So, yeah. Outside of that, we did a fox hunt, but I'll share that next week because, there was a lot of work and it was still good. It was still cool to do the fox hunt. Chris, Kilo Charlie 1 Whiskey X-Ray Papa, which we all know he's a blind ham and awesome kid. Totally, all head over heels for fox hunting. He went out. I hooked him up with my arrow antenna, and he's driving down the street with his mom and he's in the passenger seat, and mom's driving, and he's holding my 3L arrow antenna out the window while they're driving down the road. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna end into some major problem if he loses that antenna or whatever. But they all had a blast, so it was fun to see that stuff go on and good stuff. But my daughter is still undefeated. She has not been found yet, so she will continue her reign as the unfound fox in our club, and hopefully maybe sometime in September or maybe early October we'll have another fox hunt for folks to be able to get another crack at it. So yeah, that's enough ham radio for me. And I got a bunch of other videos coming, but if you pay attention to brew and activate like Todd says, yeah. I don't know. I wanted to talk about esports gaming and stuff like that from a POTA perspective. And I knew I was going to be kind of treading on some thin ice with, a few purists and whatnot. And, I hopefully I framed it in a way that it'd be like a cool way. And Chris Bricker jumped on. He was like, dude, that's a really awesome way to think about it and, kind of play around with it. So, yeah, we've had a couple of people hop on our Discord and ask and put in comments around it. But I didn't offend too many people. I just kind of said, hey, think about this. I'm not, destroying our world of POTA. I love POTA. I'm not going to wreck it, and I don't want anything to change. I just want to make it better. So yeah, if you're interested in that video and you want to see what I'm talking about, head over to my channel and check it out. It was aired this Sunday, and so yeah, I'm done with this one. So all right. Whew. Okay, well, that was a lot. How dare you? Oh, and then I added this one too. I forgot about this video.
You have challenges getting it up in a park? I've got the solution just for you.
So I'm just completing my collection. You just
have to erect that big, hard, stiff black mass.
Erecting that big, hard, stiff black mass.
Oh, man. It's awesome. It's just glorious. I swear, I'm going to get into some serious trouble one day with all of these extra people. I'm going to just really offend somebody and not intend to. And so it's going to be one of those things that's going to blow up my face. But hey, it's all good.
Who gives a shit?
I know. But these guys, three out of those 4 videos, I respect those people because I know them personally.
Which is all the reason why it's so much funnier.
True. I know. All right. Well, so with that, hey, you're here. Bob, hopefully you haven't fallen asleep there. I haven't seen you in the comments in a while, but feel free to just send us a little heartbeat, let us know you're still alive, and we don't have to call 911 or anything. We, if you've been, hanging around for a little bit, ham radio's kind of getting a little testy. There are a few people that have just been like, grinding people's gears and just being negative in some form or fashions. And so I'm thinking, hey, I wanted to turn something a little different because I like ham radio. I like to keep it positive. I don't mind razzing my next buddy next to me and doing the stuff that we just talked about 2 seconds ago. But at the same time, we all come meet in the middle, share a beer, our favorite, libation, whatever be the case. And then we both walk away being friends and we're all better for it. But there's been a lot of people just kind of butting heads and making noise and being bitchy and stuff like that. So I want to talk, a little bit positivity. And so I'll frame a question at the kind of end, which I'll leave with you guys to kind of think while we're thinking through, because we've got another piece that I want to go through video, and we're going to do a little video play-by-play because I want to get your input on this and see what people think about it. But if you haven't paid attention and you don't know what we're talking about, WD4DAN, which we all know as a great POTA guy, is got a great channel, which is WD4DAN Overload, I think it is, or something like that. I'm screwing up the channel. I'll leave a link in the description either way. But with it, he put a video from Huntsville where one of the POTA guys from the administration team kind of did a quick interview with 4 of kind of the top guys who've been doing POTA. They rival all of us, beyond the level. So the video I'm talking about is over on his channel, but we're going to kind of do a little play-by-play, a little bit of it, which I thought was kind of cool to try out. And the one thing that I want people to kind of pick out of it that I thought was really cool was, dude, we drive hard with we got to have this type of radio, or we got to have this type of setup or this configuration of antenna and stuff like that. And I listened to these guys and the girl too, both of them. And I was blown away when they told me, when they shared what they use to get the level of contacts and the multiple park activations that they do on a daily basis. The numbers were through the roof in terms of how they go out. We were just all sharing hey, we want to do a POTA park this 1 week. They're doing 4, 5, 12, 15 a day. That is insane amount of parks, and they consistently do this all the time. It's their fitness routine, and it's insane what they get into. But the radio stuff and the gear,
clearly they don't work.
Well, it wasn't mentioned in how the process, but we're slackers. We have a YouTube channel. We do this. What's our excuse?
Yeah, but come on, 15 parks in a day. That's a whole day event.
I mean, there are 2 people, and you probably recognize, one of them specifically, which is, why did I just forget it? James, K8PZN. He's a ham radio adventure guy. So he's, we know him just, because he's crazy with all of his all of his POTA events and stuff like that. But let's slide over here. I'm going to see if we can try to do this here. Let me share my screen out real quick and grab it, entire screen. So this is the quick video here. Oh, why is it not sharing sound? What the frick? Oh, did I? Oh, guess I have to do this. No, it should play. So let me see if you guys hear the sound first. You guys hear the audio? No audio?
We're waiting for it.
I should hit. Oh, come on. Just sitting on my screen.
You get the spinny wheel.
Yeah, I see it. Come on. Let's
buffering.
Yeah, I don't know why it's buffering. There we go. All right. You guys hear the audio?
No.
No audio?
I'm hearing AOL.
Yeah, let me stop this.
AOL, you've got mail.
Mail. Yeah, where the heck?
You've got mail.
Oh, there we go. I know where it's coming from. All right, let me go back to, why is this not screen sharing audio? It should, because I just tested this. Damn it. All right, screen share, entire screen.
With audio.
Oh, there we go. I thought I checked the damn box.
You have to check the box.
I hear it now? Nope. What is wrong with you? Okay. This is going to be one of those. Why is it not sharing? And, let's go back here. We're going to have to edit this crap out in post. All right. so stop there. Let's bring this back in one more time here, just so we can try to.
At least we're not live.
We're sort of live.
I mean,
I'm sharing.
Worst case,
audio.
you could give me the link and I'll do it.
Yeah, well, let me do that. I'll throw this in the chat. And you guys can watch along while I know at least it's playing audio-wise. So let's go here. Private chat group. There we go. Play. All right, so that's the link there. So why is this not playing? That's not coming through? Nothing.
It's moving, but it's
no audios. What?
And it keeps, it's in like the...
It's no longer saying audio. Okay, so you don't hear any of those audios, right?
Mm-mm.
Dang it. Damn it. Why is it not playing through? Okay.
You want me to try it?
Yeah, go ahead. Why not? Let's just go back to here. Add to scene. All right. Work for you?
Audio?
No. Yeah, you have the same problem I did. Why am I echoing? Hello? There we go. What?
So, no? Still no audio?
No, still not audio.
But you're doubling.
Yeah.
And I'm doubling.
Okay. Nope.
What'd you do?
God. I don't know.
I'm hearing myself talk.
I'm hearing myself several times. How about now?
It's still the same. This guy.
Cool. Wow. Okay, let's just go back to the other view here. All right. Are we doubling now?
No double.
Okay, good. Screw the video at this point. Anyway, one of the parts in the video, which is, go back and look, was that they asked the three people in the group. And so if you want to pull it up yourself and play it in the background, it'll help.
And top QSO person in person for POTA.
It's really
all right,
choppy.
So now you're getting the audio or no?
We're getting the audio now, yeah. Were you feeding it through OBS?
Yeah, I was just repiping it.
Pipey. Let's see how this works. Technical difficulties, please hold. Corporate accounts payable, Nina speaking. Just a moment. All right. Let's see how this goes.
The top QSO person in person for POTA. Okay, so KB3WAV. How long have you been doing POTA?
I've been doing POTA since NPOTA, so 2016. February of 2016 to be exact.
Okay. And here's the situation. We're not sure who's in first, Tom or Carrie.
He is. He's still.
Tom's in first? Okay.
Well,
good.
she hasn't uploaded her last log.
She hasn't uploaded her last log. So we know Tony is in third. Okay. So, what's your equipment? What's your standard equipment?
I use my 70.
Okay. So just to kind of reframe this a little bit, I dropped that. So let me reframe this out. So basically, she is the top leaderboard right now in terms of activations and number of contacts in the whole entire POTA organization. So she's been, 2016, you kind of look at it and you're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking, like, oh yeah, she's been in the program forever. Of course she's going to have the number one, listed contacts or close to, being in the top leaderboard. The one thing I find freaking phenomenal is once we kick this back in, listen to what she uses for gear.
So, and I also want to point out too that like first place and third place are both wearing black swamp.
Oh yeah, we're gonna lead into that one. They know that's that is like a dead giveaway at this point. So, so yeah, go ahead, play this little.
What's your equipment? What's your standard equipment?
I use my 7300 and a Eagle One /4 wave antenna.
Okay.
A new production. We'll talk about that later on in the show. Okay, Tom.
Yes.
Brother. Currently number one until she uploads her logs. How long have you been doing it?
I think around the end of 2018.
Okay, and what's your equipment that you use?
7300, and typically ham sticks on the mag mount on top of my truck.
Hey, pause for a second, Paul.
Thank you.
Okay, ham sticks. The
Ham
second
sticks.
top activator in all of POTA making the most contacts uses freaking ham sticks. I hate ham sticks, and it's like he puts me to shame. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna use a wet noodle and make the most contacts. Like you look at that, you're like, dude, what am I doing wrong? Ham sticks. You're not sort of like amaze me. And it's I don't know. Like I listening to that. Like okay, no, nothing.
Dude, whatever works, man.
Yeah, but like that's like I feel like that's like a tagline sometimes. Like whatever works. It's like, hey, I've got my shoestring and little banana clips. Let's go out and make contacts, which is awesome.
Yeah, but
he's been doing it.
Look at how many times does Mike N2MAK say that like he'll just throw a ham stick on the roof of his car.
Sure, but I feel like Mike uses a lot more of his like. He always usually has a go-to or one or two that he uses, like a Rybakoff, or he'll use, the only time he ever uses a ham stick is when, he's compromised in a certain area, which in that case, like I buy into that, like, because that's being hamgenuity. That's like, oh, okay, well, I realize I can't use a wire antenna here or whatever. But like these guys don't change their antenna systems. They don't change their setups. Like, I don't know about you, but like I struggle with ham sticks. Have you ever been able to get a stupid ham stick to tune up right?
I've never used one.
See, you won't even like. I have like 4 of them over in my corner, and I can tell you that I've never. After I bought them at a ham fest once, I don't think I ever recommended to Paul to Todd about buying a ham stick. Like you bought like a couple one time, right, and then never used them again.
Well, yeah, because the mag mount doesn't stick to my car because my car is not magnetic.
So there you go.
They don't use metal anymore. I don't know what they use, but nothing's stuck. So yeah, but there was a guy at our field day like 2 years ago, and he had some kind of ham stick contraption antenna. Do you remember that guy? Who was that?
These guys are making buku contacts. Like this is like my thing. It's like we can use those antennas, but they must be.
Look at if you go out every day and just do POTA all day long for 8 hours, 10 hours a day, you're gonna make buku contacts too.
Yeah, but like. To some extent, yes, but like these are ham sticks. Like the reach for a ham stick is not going to be super far. I mean, like
but how many? If you look at all your contacts that you've ever made in POTA, where are most of them? Florida.
Well, yes and no. They're all on the East Coast, and they're all DX in most cases. But I don't ever expect I'd get DX with a ham stick.
Well, maybe they're not getting DX. Maybe they're just getting local. Like East Coast. I mean, I don't know.
I will say that I did contemplate the ham sticks because what I was thinking was a ham stick is essentially a fire stick, CB antenna. Yeah. Right? I've already got one of those on the back rack. So if I put an array of like different bands and an antenna switch, right? And I could just switch to whichever freaking Like,
then
that'd be kind of cool.
One of those people that we make fun
into
of.
A park.
Yeah, well, we have to get you the van. We'll have to talk to Chris and get you. That's more applicable for that. We all made fun of the guy who had like 99 antennas on the back of his car. That's what you'd look like.
Like a porcupine.
Exactly. It would be like
how many antennas can I fit in the back rack?
Oh gosh, yeah.
You can make it like a teepee, like the shorter ones all the way to the long one, the big long one in the middle.
Yeah, the higher the bands in the middle and the lower bands on the out. Yeah, wow. For me, it's like I was blown away by the fact that 7300. It's like this is a formula, and not that like the formula, but I just find that like this Eagle antenna. So, do you ever see this Eagle antenna? It's huge. It's like a giant 10 meter mast, and it's got like a super sub extension. It's just basically a wire antenna. It's pretty slick, and it's not cheap either. But It's just funny to see that that's their go-to antenna for everything. Let's go back to the other two guys. I want to just dive into the third guy, which is you're going to get a bit miffed about this, but go ahead.
Tony,
how you doing?
Good. And did you notice that 2 of the top 3 are wearing Black Swamp Amateur Radio Club shirts? There's some sort of correlation there. Okay, go ahead.
I started POTA March of 22. They got a little bit of a head start on me, but I'm keeping them honest and keeping them moving.
You're definitely keeping them moving. For sure.
Sorry for hurting your gas car.
Yeah.
Equipment. I run a IC7100, DX10. Now I'm doing a 710 as well.
He's the only guy that
and a KX3 occasionally.
Couple of radios.
Cool. Loving it all.
Okay. How often do you activate during the week? What's your normal part?
I only usually do a late shift on phone, but I usually do digital on the weekend. Normally rove. Usually charge about 15 a day when I'm out.
You all heard that right. 15 parks a day.
Holy shit, 15 parks a day?
I know, dude.
And dude, there's no way that dude is married with kids.
He is. No, he is. Like, he has got daughters.
Yeah.
He is married.
How old? There's no way.
Dude, I don't know. I haven't dove that deep into their lives yet.
So he does late shifts, which means he does it after work.
Right.
So he's out all fucking night because
he's got hardly any gray hair, so you know he's probably sub 40.
Yep. Look at him. And he's definitely got, he's fed well, so we know he definitely still, he has a place to go home.
That's the ham belly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is so true.
You cannot do 15 parks a day.
Dude, he's only been in the program 3 years.
He's full of crap, dude. There's no way. He cannot be married with kids. If you never showed up and your kids are gone, you wouldn't be married. If you were like, honey, I'm doing a rove tonight. I'll be back. See you in the morning. Oh, I got to go to work. Come on. It took us all day to do 7.
Trust me, dude. I know.
Let's get these guys on the podcast. I want to ask some real good questions. Like, come on.
Okay. So I got to pull up the POTA app page. Let me look him up.
15 late shifts.
Yep. Tony Baldwin's his name. He has over 39,396 QSOs. He has 1,530 parks, of which he's only failed 1 park. That's how crazy that is. He's only not activated 1 park out of that 1,530. That's mind-blowing.
1,500 parks?
Yep.
He's activated 1,500
parks and has
parks, different parks are the same.
Those are all unique. Those are all 1,500
different parks.
So you're right. So basically he would be 1,531 are your total parks. So they aren't all unique.
So does he have a park like literally across the street from his house?
Well, even then, if you had a literally across the street, you can't activate that 1,500 times. My God. He lives in Ohio.
After dinner. He just says he does a rove, so that means he's moving.
Anyway,
so he's
if
doing
you look at it,
15 parks.
Pull up his POTA out. Look up Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Zulu Lima on the POTA.app, and you'll see his truck has literally got antennas strapped to the roof, and it's that porcupine, kind of look there.
I wonder if the rove counts as like 2-fers. Or 3-fers or 4. Like if he's got a park that's like a 5-fer, like he can go in there and activate it. There's like 5 right there.
Not in Ohio.
No, I'd say some space there for sure.
Yeah, Ohio. I think you're maybe you could find a 3-fer, but
like where are you getting 15 parks in Ohio? Close enough to activate them for late shift.
So just alone,
I'm going to call bullshit.
I don't think so.
I want to know what parks he's doing. 15 in Ohio.
Okay, So here we go. So you
Look
want
at his
to know,
activator log.
Yeah, like I say, I'm looking at his recent activations. This alone is just on the 15th of August. He went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And he's on point every time, and they're all data. So like he's just doing digital, most of those.
So he's doing what, FT8?
Yeah, FT8. And he's literally like, do 11, go to the next one. Maybe do 14, go to the next one. I mean, nothing goes over anything above 15. And that's just in one day. That's 9 parks in one day. It's probably a breeze for him to do that.
Yeah.
If he's done 15. But yeah, I'm curious to see, what the map would look like for
That's
Ohio.
crazy.
And
that guy, he's like a legend. I mean, come on. I mean, that's crazy.
These guys, man, these are the top guys and gals of POTA that they go out daily. They go out and, activate these parks. And like, when I saw those stats, I was like, what the hell am I like?
But
I thought I was doing pretty good.
Even the driving. I mean, he's got to do like at least 3 hours of driving to get 15 parks in.
Well, you'd have to look at the distance between all of these. And when does
late shift start? 7?
Well,
at
and
night?
so, yeah. So he started, well, this doesn't tell me when. I'd have to look at the actual park details. So when he does his shift, but yeah, hey, it could be. So
he's like out until like 4 a.m.
Probably. So
as a vampire, he doesn't sleep. If I got to do a POTA, I don't need sleep.
So to get back to your original question, because you said, do they ever work? So go ahead, let's play the video, because she tells you what she does on the weekends, and we can look her up real quick.
About 12 hours.
About 12 hours.
Yeah.
12 hours. And Tom, what's your average in a week?
It could be 0.
It could be 0.
Typically, mine are multi-day rows, a couple thousand miles, 5-6 nights. I try to do one a month. That hasn't always worked out this year, but that's usually the plan.
Thousands of miles.
And Carrie?
So most of mine are weekends, because anything new right now is at least 3 hours away.
400 miles.
And that's where, when you allow me to go out and play at parks and don't want to get up, or we're camping and I get up and go in the morning before you get out of bed. That's usually what happens when I get my unique parks done.
And so,
very good. Thank you.
Let's pause real quick there.
Yep.
So you want to know how many contacts QSOs total in her log alone?
Yeah, how
she
many?
has 214,000 out of 6,124 activations.
And she's driving thousands. She said 1,000 miles of driving.
No, the other guy said 1,000 miles, but she'll do like, chunks of parks on the weekends, because that's when she can do them. So she must work. So back to your question, do they work? Yeah, some of them do.
Anything new? She said she's got like what'd she say? Like a 3 or 4 hour drive.
Yeah.
To get to a park that she hasn't activated.
Right. Which is what she's trying to do. So they go once a month. They do like a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
They must have a camper or something.
They must, or it's a lot of gas mileage, man. Oh man, don't lease your car with those, with those stats.
Damn, that is like some serious dedication.
Well, so kick it off again. There's a couple other things that just blow my mind on these guys and what they do. So there's one of the
yesterday. We're in the middle of town, and this car speeds by us. And this guy's got an orange shirt. This is how much these people know each other. And my wife says, "Oh, look, there goes James." I'm like, what? So, James, what's your average parks?
This year it's around 3.5
a day. Okay. And your equipment?
I use a Yaesu DX10 or the Yaesu FTX1, and either an Eagle 1 or a Telegance antenna.
He's going to be swapping out that Eagle 1 in the future, but he doesn't know that yet.
Okay.
All right. Well,
and these guys have way too much money to get this many parks. I'm just going to tell you, they got way too much money to get this many parks.
There you go.
But I've said it once. I've said it again. I told this young lady over here, my big sis, that and I was going to catch her on QSOs, and I did. So now, because her husband's making a big deal about this unique park thing, what the heck? Get your gas card ready, baby. I'm coming at you. No, he paid me to do that.
How close are you to having all 50?
Not close.
Okay. Tony.
That's just all 50 states.
Close? No, but I'm close on about 5 states.
Okay. States.
I've got 38, and all of them in 3 of those.
Okay, and he's got 3 total states. How many total states?
Oh, I probably got 40 or plus states. I got the whole state done.
Yeah, the whole state done. How many of the whole state?
I got 1 so far, but I'm really close on a few other ones.
Okay. And Carrie?
So hit pause for a second. So he's saying he's nailed complete parks off of like entire state, and he's got like 3 of them alone. Like, you ever look up how many freaking parks are alone in New Hampshire? It's like 490 something.
Is it that much?
I think it's close. It's pretty close. Like I was looking at earlier, parks here, park list, New Hampshire.
Yeah, that. I mean, you're gonna. They have. I mean, you'd have to do that with that many parks, unless you did the same park over and over again.
Well, yeah. I mean, they could definitely do those in a day. So there are. Why can't I see the full amount here? That's not telling me.
I would be too tired.
So if you go to your page and your awards, I think it's listed there.
Right, yeah,
it'll say how many parks there are in the state.
All right, go there real quick. No, awards, parks. Here we go. So New Hampshire has all right, not 490, 195. I was off by 300. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't ask me to do your books.
I was going to say, I thought it was 100 and something.
You definitely probably, but like you look at states like Florida, 500. Where they're like shooting for some of their.
What's Texas?
Texas is. Let's see here. I don't have. It's not going to show me all of it because I don't have Texas in here. But Rhode Island. Let's see here. Texas. Come on. Nope. I don't see Texas in the list. Why not? Arizona.
California, maybe. That probably has a lot.
Yeah, well, so California, we're looking at California has 400.
That's it?
New York has 848 parks. Which is like, oh my God, like that's a lot of land. Yeah, what are the big ones?
So if they're gonna go for every park, like imagine that that's like every park in like POTA, they're gonna have to get on the space station. That's a park. It is.
Is it? What?
Yeah.
Who said it was that?
Go look
Where'd you
it
hear
up.
that?
It is.
What's the park number?
I don't know, but it's the International Space Station is a park.
And what's a 2-digit entity? I'm curious. It's not U.S. It's definitely not
SST or something.
Something like that. But dude, like just watching these stats from these guys, just like totally like had me in awe. My jaw was dropped when I watched. I was like, dude, like I thought I was doing good. And I thought like I was like, hey, I've got some cred here. And I looked at my stats and it's like almost like I was starting all over again. Like it's like, oh, it was painful. But at the same time, it was really cool to see, more so like just the gear alone. Like I don't mind ICOMs. The 7300 is nice.
They're definitely not coaching baseball. That's for sure.
They're not doing much of anything. Yeah. Like all their family are hams and that's all they do.
Yeah. They're not going. Yeah. That's crazy.
But you can imagine like what happens like so here's the thing, like you get into paper chasing and then what happens like after you're done? Like now that you've achieved all of those, like where's room to go? I mean, you can't grow any further. I mean, they'll add a few more parks here and there, but then
you just keep getting freaking every park in every state. They'll never do it in a lifetime.
True. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, I would think,
remember those guys from Alaska that went to that park that they had to like snowmobile for 5 days? You think those guys are getting on a snowmobile for 5 days to go crank out a park in the middle of the wilderness? Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're true. It's a little insane, but Yeah, it's just like it just kind of blew me away with some of the stats. So it's good to see.
It's crazy. I mean, it's awesome for Parks and that's just. I mean, that's some dedication. I mean, he said he went out like 12 hours. Like
that's a religion. It's not dedication. It's a religion.
When we did our rove, we did 7 parks, and we were exhausted. Mm-hmm. This guy's going out after work, cranking out 12 parks. Now, granted, he's not talking. He's just sitting there pushing buttons.
Digital.
So it's not even like it. I don't even count it as real.
Somebody should confirm whether he's a WSJTXZ user or not, but
Yeah.
that's my only question in that kind of scenario.
Good. I mean, good for them. I mean, that's
But it
just let Z-Mod run in between parks.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You pull up, hit the button, sip your coffee, hit the button, drive away. Oh man, it's just like I mean, looking at these folks and like I'm almost intrigued to like kind of just go hang out with the Black Swamp guys for a little while, just so they can
for like a week
bleed over on me just for this figure out what's going on.
Our 24-hour POTA is like nothing to them. They're like, dude, we do that every weekend. We freaking guys are rookies.
I know. It puts us to shame, man. It'll be good with whatever we get, and I know we'll do well. But like at the same time, I don't want to like even remember this conversation because it'll be
this
like.
Is how I see it's going to go. We're going to get whatever we get this one. We're going to have to beat it every year after. That's going to be
not a bad goal.
So if we get like 500 contacts, we need to get at least 501.
Yeah. Well, come on. One more than 500 is kind of lame, but like, yeah, that's
just
like.
Saying. I won't leave.
You're gonna bust the goals.
I could be there for a week.
Then it's not a 24-hour POTA, but yeah, just kind of putting that out there.
I'm still staying here.
That but hey, I have a feeling, because I was thinking about like looking at the roster and everybody's going to be there that weekend. It's literally going to be like we'll have enough to cover the shifts that we think we need.
Dude, you guys are going to be so wasted by like 11 o'clock that I'm going to be up all night because no one's going to be up freaking able to do the radio.
All right.
Paul, don't even say that's not going to be you. You are not going to be a 3 a.m.er on the radio. Okay. And if you are, you're going to be extremely
let's go through the guest list here in terms of the folks that are going to be there the weekend. So we got Chris Ledger, that's Whiskey 8, Charlie India Papa, and his son Parker. So I know Parker's not going to be one of those kids that go to bed on time. There we go. We've got some time to fill in there. Mike Tortoise is bringing a friend, Adam, and I think he's a younger guy too. So heck, we get Adam on there. He'll fill in those gaps that we can't do. But that's just two younger kids. But we have over 15 people. So we got Chris, Mike, Matt, which is Reliance Matt. We got Mike, N2MAK, Bob, Shannon should be there during the day. Sean Butler, Chris Bricker's coming with his son Ian. And so we got a third younger guy that we could stick in front of the radio. And we don't have to have them talk on the radio. They can do digital. So in essence, that all of that kind of works together. And then Keith, and Keith's bringing his amp. Actually, I forgot to say that. He texted me today saying his 600 watt amp will last 6 hours on a 100 amp hour battery. So if we need the power, just bring the extra. Todd, bring your 100 amp hour battery with you just so we have a backup. True, but
I'm gonna
having the cables.
But if I bring the Jeep, I just plug it in. I'll drive in gas to the thing, and we'll have the whole Jeep, dude. That thing. Okay. I don't know how big that battery is, but it put it this way: it drives a 5,000 pound vehicle for 22 miles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, what does that equate to in watt hours?
I have no idea, but it's got to be a lot. It's got a 600 watt amp is going to be nothing for that.
And so, we'll have Keith and we'll have Derek, and those two guys just jumped on. And so we've got plenty of people that are going to be able to fill in the gaps along the way. And we'll just have to let everybody know, like, hey, if you see anybody falling asleep in front of the radio, just push them aside, let them fall asleep, step in, and take command and just keep going.
Yeah.
And I mean, we could always do like I did at Montesano, right? Where I had the MPass 2.0 in the ground, the spike. And I came back from HR 2.0's campsite and dude, a lot of whiskey.
I heard how Steve did not like. I saw the photos of. Dude, did you see any of those pictures?
Oh man, there was a lot of whiskey going around.
I've got to pull it up while you're talking about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely. I sat here and I ran WSJTX and I just click another one, click another one, click another one, click another one.
Exactly.
Because dude, I was way too hammered to do voice.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when all else fails, you got FT8.
Yeah, it's always a go-to. There's no shame in that whatsoever. So let me show you Steve's picture here. This is what Tortoise did. This was awesome. So that's what Steve had fallen asleep in the chair, and so they literally Tortoise did an AI image of putting Teddy and Blanket together because he was passed out. Like, I mean, there was that much whiskey as Paul was talking about. So yeah, they did some others. I don't think I have any of his other creations. That was the gentle, kind one
too. I mean, like, man, we were running long days.
Yeah,
like long days. You're up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and you're not going to bed until 2.
Wow. Oh, man, that sounds pretty cool. But at the same time, my body just goes, "What the hell, man?" I gotta go. Like, I mean, that's definitely one year that I want to be there for sure, because it sounds like it's only going to get better as they start adding more. Like, my fear is like it's going to be the flip, that the Huntsville Camp Fest is going to be like nothing by the time Montesano becomes so big that like they can't handle you guys.
Well, so that's the thing, and I didn't realize this until I got there and I was able to experience it. But the Huntsville Ham Fest is really fucking small.
Mm.
Like, you take everything that's inside the room in the Von Braun Center, and you put it in the New Boston Fairgrounds, and it's maybe 3/4 of the size.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that small.
The only difference is, like, here we don't have the big vendors, we don't have the forums and those things, right? But I'm just talking size wise. But the thing is it was all about Montesano. It was all about hanging out at the park and getting to know everybody and meeting everybody. And so, like, the Huntsville Ham Fest isn't really about the Ham Fest. It's just about playing Parks on the Air and hanging out at the park.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's the life I want to see up this way. That'd be really cool to do. Like, being able to just find a place that is that big and has the capabilities to have that many hams all in one space and be able to do something freaking cool like that. Yeah. I don't know. Anybody know of a place somewhere in New Hampshire that's that big and offers, something like that? I don't know. I haven't seen many state parks able to accommodate something like that. Although we could do a Rage Against the Beach or something like that and do everything down on Salisbury, but that's mass.
Greenfield could cover that many people.
Well, how many people?
Is huge.
Yeah, true.
So I think at one point there was probably 80 or so people up at just Jason's campsite.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Sounds like fun. Totally, for sure. So, I don't know. Outside of that, I know, I'm going to hold the positivity question till, some other time, because I think there's some cool stuff we could talk about on that. But I think, I thought it was just really cool to watch that video and just see, hey, that Parks on the Air is a pretty cool program that we're all a part of. And, it's kind of crazy. My backyard. Yeah, I don't know about that. Who was that, Bob?
Eric's backyard.
Yeah, you don't want my backyard. It's about the size of a postage stamp. Trust me, not even a postage stamp. It's smaller than that. So forget it. My HOA would have a fit, and I'd probably be.
My backyard's not much bigger.
No, I mean, Todd's the only one that's maybe with some.
Where we put all the campers.
Yeah, it's your driveway. They'll fit fine. Just line them across the street.
Just stack them in the front yard.
Well, you need like a farm field
Yeah.
And just have them just, like you said, stack them right in a row, like rows of them.
Yep. That'd be cool. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Although, I mean, at Montesano, like, so there's some people that book the cabins. There's some people that, have RV slots. Not all the RV slots have full hookups, so like mine had power and water, which is great. Like, but like I had no
sewer, right?
Sewer, right. So, I mean, it's Montesano is definitely like, it caters to a lot of different types of people because of the versatility with the primitive camping sites and the RV sites and the cabins and I don't think we have anything like that up here.
Although, Todd, you might be right. I know Greenfield does have all of those different hookup styles and primitive camping and that type of stuff. So the camping areas are pretty good. But I don't know how, like, if we could, carve out a huge chunk that would just be like for all the ham guys to be able to kind of be in the general vicinity. But there's probably a lot of space for that. But I don't know. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. We'll see how the 24-hour POTA goes first, and then we'll decide from there. Because this could be one of those things that just goes down on the fiery crash, like the plane in the middle of New Hampshire that no one, no survivors.
Well, like when I was in college, I went to the Reggae Fest up in Vermont, and that was literally just farm field after farm field after farm field after farm field, like as far as you could see. It was like, I'm guessing that the Reggae Fest that I went to was like the closest thing to Woodstock, because
without being Woodstock, I
mean, it was like literally, field after field after, no fights. It was the best thing ever. It was just unfreaking, and like they had like one.
Stone people don't fight.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the way you solve world peace is just like push fucking weed smoke, just like right over Iran. Boom, they'll be like, "Yo, what's up?"
It's just flooded into the DC area, metro area.
Yeah, clear all crime up. Everyone be good. No, but that's what you need. Like if you want to do like something like that, just have a huge. But you said like the facilities and stuff. Like you got to find a campground that can manage that.
Yeah. It's something to think about. Let's take baby steps first, because I don't think I'm ready to commit to a full-time job of planning and organizing yet.
You think Huntsville at one point was just real small, kind of like Marlboro, and then it just kind of picked up because of the campground?
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Right.
I think the YouTuber community kind of blew that up fast, and when they realized that that they became a secondary kind of thing. Like it was like, oh yeah, we'll go and hang out. But
how many vendors were there? Were all the vendors there?
All the big ones.
Gigaparts.
HRO had a really small area. Gigaparts had a big area.
Was Yaesu there?
Yeah,
they were all there.
Oh, they were.
Yep.
Was Flex there?
Yep, there was a Flex booth.
See, you went to Gigaparts. I have to ask, like, was it a big drool fest?
So honestly, the whole thing with Gigaparts, it really surprised me, because looking at the outside of the building, it's like Best Buy,
Circuit
in
City, right? Yeah, Circuit City,
yeah,
kind of thing,
right? Like, and when you walk in, like that's just kind of how it is, right? There's computers and telescopes and photography and all sorts of things that's not even remotely ham radio. And then there was like these little sections of ham radio stuff.
It was a small, tiny section. That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Real small, like little. I think the ICOM section was maybe like a 15-foot wall display and one row of shelves. And then, same thing for the Yaesu section. Like, it really wasn't a ham focused.
Yeah, totally store. Yeah, I figured so.
What about DX Engineering? Do they have?
They don't have a store.
They're just all online.
Yeah, Ham Radio Outlet's the only place that's actually a physical store, retail storefront. And even then, most ham radio outlet stores aren't huge. I mean, I think our
Salem.
Yeah. I mean, Salem is, in terms of storage, from what I understand, is like a big hub outside of California where most of the stuff kind of comes in from China and stuff. But, the East Coast side.
Big hub. That little place.
It's one of the places that most of the product kind of comes in and then gets dispersed on the East Coast. So, I think, California takes the cake because, we all know that like Josh got all of his FTX1, right from the retail store that's down the street from him and, all that type of stuff first.
All that goes into freaking the Los Angeles port. So.
Yeah, the port there and then disperse out.
Long Beach.
Yep. That's the sad part is that we'll never get I mean, I have to give HRO credit because it's like, usually when you order something online, like I'm always surprised that I get it 2 days, usually faster than, where I could get anywhere else. And I get it shipped to the store and I don't have to pay anything shipping wise, which is even better, but I haven't ordered anything in a long time either, but interesting. Huh. So yeah, do you think it's going to be much big? Like, how did the whole breakout sessions go? Like, were they big? Because I didn't see a lot of stuff on it.
So to be honest, I missed all of that. I missed all of the forums. I missed all of the anti-forums. Because I chose to go to the drop zone.
Sleep the whole entire week.
I went to the drop zone all day Friday, all day Saturday.
Right, but weren't there forums like from Monday through Thursday?
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that happened on like Wednesday, Thursday, and I was just I was
head in the clouds.
Other things.
Head in the clouds.
I was hanging out, having fun.
I know that's totally fine, man.
Being a terrible freaking YouTuber. Like I didn't take pictures. I didn't take video. Like,
well, this wasn't Las Vegas, right?
Listen, next year you got to just put a GoPro on Watson.
Yeah, that should have been what you should have done.
And then you just wherever you're going, he'll just see everything, and then you'll have all your footage.
Yeah, well, so I tried.
Cam.
I tried in the Gigapart store, right? I put the GoPro on my head mount, and I was reviewing my footage. The GoPro was aimed too far up
to the ceiling.
So it's like you get the tops of all the shelves in the ceiling.
Well, it's not like you can check that view like to confirm the camera mount, but yeah. Dude, that sucks. I've been down those roads before.
But I did meet the Hillbilly Hams found me at Gigaparts, and I won't fuck up their names this time. Doug and Amy.
Yep.
Yeah, super cool people. We got to hang out breakfast Saturday morning as well. Before I took off to the drop zone. But yeah, I mean the thing is, right, is because I'm doing the skydiving thing, like that takes me away from everything else that's going on. So yeah, it's a trade-off, I guess.
It is, but now you know what to do next year anyway when you building up to that. You can at least get one or two things and cherry pick stuff. So, cool. Well, it sounds like it was a blast. What I saw from videos, I was kind of like, oh, okay. And I was like, sadly, I was always just kind of like, okay, where do I see Grouch in any of these videos? So like you were getting text messages from me and like, hey, look, there's Grouch's trailer. Hey, this is this. It's like, okay. I'm like, all right, I got to stop. I'm being stockish. So
it's all right. Cause I mean, the thing is, right, is I was trying to put as much information out as I could for like Patreon and channel members. Say, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. But yeah, it becomes tough for me because like, I'm trying to take it all in, but I also needed to document it. And, yeah.
So I saw something that Jason did. There was he was like interviewing like everyone they were like, it almost looked like they were at a cafeteria or something.
Oh yeah, his live stream at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, and I was waiting for you, and I'm like, they got everyone showing up there, and then no Paul. I'm like, where's the Grouch? Like, were you gone?
I don't know when that was, so I couldn't tell you.
It was probably, I think, when you left, because I think he was on the way out that they did one. It was at the what the heck was it? It was at like breakfast time, I think.
Yeah, it looked like a big cafeteria there at this huge table. And he just was sitting down, and they just came up, and he just basically interviewed
one by
him.
one.
Yeah, real quick.
Okay. Well, I did have an idea, and I'm going to do this next year. So you remember MTV Cribs?
Yep.
So I
grew up on it.
I want to do MTV Cribs, but it's
Campers.
Show me your mobile ham shack.
Oh gosh.
Right? Because Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics, he had a really cool trailer. It almost looked like an ice fishing hut that you would tow out on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
It was bright green. It was super cool. He had a whole bunch of antennas on it. Jason obviously had his trailer, and Mike didn't bring a trailer, KMRD, but he had his exploder, and all that whole setup. So I just want to go around and just be like, look, show me what you're working with, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was cool to see, like, for the first time, like, I don't know how long, like, when K-Murder did the whole thing on his scooter, which was a pretty cool scooter, and that's funny, like, he was reviewing the scooter as his, branch off to, like, some of his products, and I was like, because I just, like, when he did that video, I got this random weird email, from a vendor saying, hey, we would love to have you review our scooter, and I'm like, well, okay, and they're like, well, we'll discount it for, like, $300, and I'm like, it's regularly $600. I'm like, I'm not going to spend $300 on your scooter. Like, give it to me for free, and I'll consider it. And then I never heard back from them again. But his driving around Montesano was really cool to kind of see the whole layout and stuff like that. So it kind of made more sense.
Have you seen some of those scooters that you pay high end on? They do like 50 miles an hour. Can you imagine doing 50 miles an hour on a scooter?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, Joe Brett had an e-bike. That was pretty cool. I think Tim Grayman Pota, I think he also had an e-bike or a scooter.
Grayman Pota didn't have a camper. He did ground camping, didn't he?
Yeah,
I thought I saw him camping.
Yeah, he had a tent.
Yeah, I thought he would have had a rooftop or something like that for that Bronco. That was weird.
Yeah, no, he had a couple tents.
Now, did Jason have a trailer, or did he just do his rooftop?
No, you're talking 2.0, right?
Yeah, 2.0, yeah.
Yeah, so he had his new Nobo.
Right.
Trailer.
That's right.
Yeah.
Huh. With his rooftop temp on the top of his truck too, right? I think he.
Well, yeah.
That, yeah.
He had that.
So I was like, you have this camper trailer, but then you have, and you don't use it. Like every event that I've seen you go to, you're either in a ground tent or you're in your trailer. It's like, why you just, why?
Oh, and all right. So you'll love this, right? So I had 4 hammies left.
Oh,
that I had on my person, right?
Yep.
And so I think it was Thursday night. We all went to the Casual Pint in downtown Huntsville. Cool little place. But so I pulled the hammies out, and so I gave one to Dave, KB5 UTY, and I gave one to Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics, and I gave one to, I think, Renee, and then I left one on Jason 2.0's truck. But like, he had an issue with his wipers, the Colorado trip, his wipers like stopped working or something. So like the whole front of his like thing was all torn apart. The wiper mechanism was all exposed and everything.
Oh no!
So there was no place to put it, like where he could easily see it. So me not thinking like, well, he's a short motherfucker and he's not going to see it unless it's like right in front of his face. I put it on his roof so that like when he opened his door, it would hopefully like fall off. Well, it didn't fall off, and he drove off. And I watched him drive away with a hammy on the roof. I was like, damn it, hell, that one's gone.
So he has one. You should have seen one on his dash, though.
Yeah, but he didn't have one that said N10G on it.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, I'll give you that. It would have had 2, but wouldn't, I usually, like, when I put them on cars, I don't put them anywhere except, because my experience in the same place where you were thinking put them on the windshield, a lot of times people, like the cars that I've done it to, the automatic wipers detect something on them and then they whip the pig right off the windshield automatically. So they never get a chance to see it. Or worse off, it gets caught trapped in the cowl and they never see this pink thing there forever. And you can see them drive away with this thing. So now I just put them on the handle of like the door and like just kind of wedge it in like the little like gap there. So like they have to grab for the handle to open the door. And at that point, you know, they touch this thing and then, or they see it first and then they get panicked to like, if they're like, oh my gosh, am I going to get, you know, kidnapped kind of thing? Like, you know, that whole,
we need to get like a 2.0 pig and have a suction cup on it and just like,
I just like, stick it
right to the window.
It'll be the pig dong.
Well, so K Bodie there, Dave, KB5 UTY, I put his on the mirror of his truck, and I told him that it was there, and he walked by, went to go get in his truck, and I was like, dude, don't forget your hammy. And he's like, oh shit, I totally forgot.
2 down.
So no, he did grab it. He did grab
it. Okay, good.
Fucking hammies will be like floating around on the. You come back next year, it'll be in like the mud, all dirted up.
I know, it'd be like this plastic pig that'll, you know, never biodegrade. Yeah, I finally got all of them in.
They'll find an archaeologist dig pink pig with N1OG. Wonder what that meant.
I did get a T1000.
T1000. Refresh my memory what that is.
The Meshtastic.
Oh, from Seed?
Yes.
Ooh. You don't have it with you right now?
No, it's in the truck.
Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, I saw some of his stuff. I was pretty impressed with it. We'll definitely have to have him on for sure. Because
dude, that thing is so cool.
Will this be enough for the weekend?
There we go.
We'll have a whole bunch of them, and I've got like 6 other boxes. They finally showed up from customs. My God, what a nightmare. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, well, so Dave did talk to me a couple days later and said he ordered himself a 25-pack.
Yeah, I was waiting for them to show up, and I'm like, shortly after, like, I think, I don't remember what I was talking, all of a sudden I got like 3 orders for like 25 packs. I'm like, dude, where are these coming from? And then I'm like, maybe
coming
Paul
from Huntsville.
Paul throws them off. So yeah, I've been like waiting for them to show up. Finally, I can, you know, pack them up and send them off, and we'll have them for the 24-hour POTA too as well. But yeah, cool. All right. Well, now I'm gonna have to order another 1,000 because it takes 6 months for them to freaking show up. We have enough.
Just
we need more LFH stickers too. And I will say the state stickers, people tend to not like the state stickers as much as they like these ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the state stickers don't have anything on them, so we got to redesign that. So yes, we have these finally.
I think these are the winners. Like, we need to have a lot of these.
Okay. Well, we do. I have
4 left.
Yeah. Well, I ordered 250 of them. So maybe we should have more than enough. I'll bring all those for 24 hours and restock what you got. And Todd, I need more of yours. I ran out of yours.
I'm running out of Grouch stickers too. And yeah, I gave out all of Todd's. I got a few of your stickers left, Eric.
I got plenty of those too. I refreshed those, so we'll do a full refresh.
Yeah, I got like five or 6 of yours left.
Okay. Well, I got 150 of these for this year, so these will be in short supply. So I'll give a couple of you guys for your own stashes, and then we'll give away the rest. And a whole bunch of Spool Tenna sent me a brand new spool with a bunch of stickers and a couple of pens and stuff like that. ICOM stuff, that whole box in the back is filled with ICOM stuff. And then waiting for Wolf River Coils and Marty to send a bunch of stuff too as well. So it'd be good.
I got a bunch of stuff that I could throw in for like mystery boxes too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I got my old 2-meter and my dual band antenna.
Yeah, dude, throw it in. Why not? We'll throw it in a mystery box. That's what a mystery box is all about. Right. Some of it's new, some of it's used.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to use. I kept it. I'm like, I'm not going to use this though.
No, mine's over in the corner too. So yeah, totally with you. So yeah, we'll be shooting more of that stuff together. I'll be updating the pages. So those that are listening, don't panic. The 24-hour POTA page and our website will have all the details. So just keep an eye out for that stuff, and we'll make sure we give everybody plenty of time.
Are we gonna be able to do like if let's say like me and you are operating at the same time? Are we gonna be able to do like a twofer, like 2 operators, stand by for second operator, or
you can?
Like will we have more than one computer there to log in?
We'll have 2 computers. I'll have both computers tied together, so the logging will all be centralized. We'll use N3FJP.
Right,
So
but I'm
the
saying but if someone's doing, what I'm saying is like, let's say one person's doing, how many stations are we running? 2?
2 digital and then sideband.
So we might want to have a second computer for sideband.
Yeah, we will. We'll have sideband radio will have its own computer, and then the digital.
But if you're going to do
computer.
2, you need to log in 2 operators.
Yeah, the software allows you to do that.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Yeah, both computers.
FJP is awesome.
It'll allow you to put like your call sign, my call sign as operating at this time.
So what we'll have to do is I'll just have to make a note, like if both of us are playing the radio at the same time, then sure, we'll just have to make sure we note it in the field, and then when I split the logs out and send them off to people or post them up on POTA, that you'll get the credit for it.
And W1LFH has its very first park activation.
I haven't uploaded that one yet. I got to do that.
Has its what? Has its first what?
Park activation.
Oh, nice.
Monsanto.
Yeah, I told Chris, and if you're listening, Chris, you got to remember when you go out with Parker, you can use the Whiskey One, the free and ham, down there in the Cape. So yeah, activate a park with that. Let Parker get on it. He can play all the bands he wants, or at least I think Chris is extra or general. But yeah, play within your confines. But yeah, all good.
So, everyone listening to this will be using.
You gotta be official club member, and if you want to, reach out to us here at liftfreeandham@gmail.com. We'll talk.
We'll be like this W1LFH is like taking over. Like everyone's
funny story.
They activated 20 parks at the same time.
I was out running out grabbing food one night, and Tim was running the net. I think it was Wednesday, and I decided just to be to throw him a curveball instead of announcing N1JUR mobile. I was like, Whiskey One, Live Free and Ham mobile, and he's just like, there was like this pause, and like, I know this call sign, and he kind of like double took, and then he's like, "Oh, hey, Eric." And he realized that it was like that voice didn't sound right, and the call sign didn't sound right. What the hell happened? And so, and everybody on the net had no idea. Like, obviously, for a while, like, because they haven't heard that.
You lost your call sign again.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. They were thinking. They're like, you idiot, why'd you do that and screw it up again? I'm like, no, we're good. It's all good. Oh, cool. All right. Well, I'm expiring here, my friends, and I still haven't even had dinner yet. That's how bad I'm at today with being so backlogged. But yeah, it was fun. I'm glad we just, kind of shot the breeze, and I shared that video. I think it was pretty cool. I
think we should get those guys on.
We will. It's actually probably a good idea.
I mean, I honestly want to, I want to drill, like, how do you do it? Like,
tell me your secrets.
Yeah. Like just, I mean, even if we can't do as well as they do, at least like 12 parks, 12 hours of activating. Like, my brain doesn't work that hard. Like, I couldn't do that.
Well, you have to first work on the first problem you have, which is letting go every time we say QRT. But, once you get over that hump, then I think it might be a little easier and smooth sailing.
Yeah, but I don't think we did 7 parks, and I was mush. Like, I was like CQ,
I know. Dude, you're going to have to start going back to the gym if we're going to, get beyond 7 parks this year. We got to get, the next jump is 10. It's 5, 10, 25, and something else, or 15 and 25. So those are the numbers.
25 in a day?
For Rover. So Rover awards are broken now instead of by park. It's 5, 10, 15, 25. So, yeah, the incremental jumps are crazy.
How can you do 25 parks in a day?
We'll have them on. We'll ask that question.
I mean, can you start at like 12:01 a.m. and go until, because it's UTC. So it doesn't matter if it's late shift or.
No,
it's just
you have to be within the 24 hours.
So that's how you have to do it. You got to just freaking start at like midnight.
Well, but you think about like a lot of these people are in Central Time too, so they already have that little like advantage to play with. Even though you're in UTC, you're still following your well, that kind of makes no sense, but whatever. It just makes me feel good that hey, they have one more hour, but they really don't when it comes to UTC. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Oh, damn time farmers. Screwed us over. All right. Well, I'm going to put the last nail in this coffin tonight, guys. It was fun hanging out. And with that, I need to go eat because I'm running on fumes. But yeah, it's like 10:30 now, almost 11. So, hey, cool. All right. So with that, thanks again for joining Live Free and Ham. As always, we thank you guys for being part of our community, and we truly appreciate everyone who supports the show. And we can't thank you guys enough. And as always, if you want to go connect with us, you can head over to our Discord, join us in the conversation. The link is in all of our show notes. 7-3 Bob, is always good to see you as well. Thank you again for hanging out with us tonight. And you can always subscribe like Bob does at our YouTube channel and catch all the awesome content over there. Or you can use our SMS link.
You can join for as little as $3 a month.
Yes, you can. As simple as that. We got to figure out how to program that OBS so we have that as a quick button when we're hanging out in the live stream. And you can support our show by joining our Patreon or buy us a beer. And head over to livefreeandham.com to learn about the show, check out our latest swag, and check out all the host contact info. And thanks again for listening, as always, from all of us at Live Free and Ham 7-3. And I guess before we do that, sorry, I had to throw that in there because we didn't have a rant today. So just itchy finger. With that, 7-3, guys. We'll catch you later.
77.